Hello, I'm James O'Hagan and this is Business Line, your monthly business barometer brought to you from the top of the world's tallest structure, the Burj Khalifa in downtown Dubai. As the UAE opened its doors to tourists, Dubai carefully hosted its first major conference since lockdown, Artificial Intelligence Everything. Euronews' Jane Witherspoon was there, where she met with some heavy hitters from across the region to find out how AI can help companies bounce back post-lockdown.
How have you seen your customer landscape change over the last couple of months? How is that customer experience evolving? What are the retail dynamics and how is it affecting new customers, the use of AI?
So personalization is helping better consumption, less time wasting for our customers, and making sure we help them also to choose whatever they want. Now imagine with me also, through AI, we are able to push substitution. And this is how AI is enabling us to get better, smarter, and to cater and anticipate the customer needs. We have taken all our employees, more than 37,000 employees, into a special training on AI. They all attended the training. They all understand the importance of data, and even the frontliner at the cashier line understand what this click will bring to the greater good of our customers.
One of the constants throughout all of our businesses here on the stage is data analytics, and with that comes a big issue of privacy and security. How do you ensure privacy and security when it comes to personal information?
As a digital-first business, data is one of the most important things that we have. We don't have factories, we don't have many other things, but data is sort of the fuel that drives our business. So the three elements that we focus on, one is we just want to make sure that we have the best security team that can be hired and brought to the region. Second, it's a question of the infrastructure and the systems that you use to secure data. So most of our data resides in cloud, along with a lot of security hardware and software that ensures the protection of that data. And then lastly, it's a function of processes that you use to manage data.
What is your most profound reflection, what you've learned from the pandemic and applying AI to your business?
The online was witnessing an amazing surge in the increase of number of orders. I'm talking about numbers of close to 300%, 400%. In a country like Saudi was very close to 1,000%. And what we have came to know during this pandemic, which is really amazing, is that 28% of the customers that they tried the online during pandemic, they never ever access any online platform.
Our view has been that if we can become that offline to online bridge for people to consume services they need from the offline world through becoming a super app, we can actually help people become more efficient, we can help societies become more productive and drive economic growth.
As with AI, the pandemic is undoubtedly accelerating the uptake in automation across most sectors. The food and beverage industry is no exception, with demand for burger flipping, salad tossing robots on the rise. But some wonder whether the human touch can ever really be replaced in this industry, or if it's all just a bit of a fad.
The pandemic is feeding demand for robots with culinary capabilities, and although the trend predates COVID-19, some believe they've gone from a novelty to a necessity.
It's food automation, and it's definitely coming, and COVID's going to accelerate it. Again, because people are concerned with human beings being involved with their food and the spread of disease, so if you can eliminate human beings from the equation in some way, shape, or form and replace them with robots, people tend to feel safer.
Robotics companies insist they aren't trying to replace humans, but it's hard to see how employment won't take a hit.
And it's actually something we don't view as a replacement for workers. We look at it as an empowerment for the team because it helps us free up our heart for hospitality.
Though certainly useful during a pandemic, some experts doubt whether robots can compete with human beings in the food and beverage sector in the long term.
How do they compete with restaurants who are basically becoming these kiosks themselves? So to me, the value proposition kind of works, but I'm still skeptical that they'll be very successful. And if they are, they'll be successful during the pandemic, but will go away just as quickly as they popped up. And when we automate away the act of cooking, preparing, presenting, sharing food, I deeply believe that we lose a lot that's inherent to that meal, to that experience, and to what it really means to feed and be fed.
Perhaps there's a certain balance to be struck in which parts of the cooking process are automated and others retain a creative human touch.
July saw Tesla become the world's most valuable automaker. Its competitors have struggled to keep up with the pace of innovation at the company, despite its controversial CEO Elon Musk, volatile share price, and inability to mass produce some of its most attractive prototypes. Now Nissan, among others, hope to be hot on Tesla's heels with their latest electric offerings.
Despite a 7-week shutdown at its US assembly plant, electric car manufacturer Tesla posted a surprising €90 million net profit for the second quarter of 2020. It was the company's fourth straight positive quarter and came after it overtook Toyota as the world's most valuable car maker. But competition for Tesla is looming.
Today, we are introducing a car that's more than a car. Aria represents a new chapter, a new face, and new language. Ladies and gentlemen, the Nissan Aria.
Nissan is certainly keen to turn the page on a year in which it made a loss of around €5.3 billion and saw its former CEO Carlos Ghosn go on the run from authorities following allegations of corruption. But this electric SUV offers a glimmer of hope for Nissan.
I think what we're seeing with the launch of the Nissan Aria is the next generation of electric car technology coming to the market. Nissan, of course, got in there very early. They were among the pioneers with the Nissan Leaf, but that is now more than a decade ago.
In terms of competition, yes, there are many good manufacturers producing EV. So, but our advantage is that we started the Leaf in 2010. It's a world first mass production EV. So we have a huge customer base from a Leaf, and then we could learn a lot of things from Leaf customers.
You have to get really excited that electric cars are finally reaching a point where they can match or eclipse in many ways the cars that we've become used to driving over the past 100 or more years.
Crossover vehicles like these have made up 40% of recent US auto sales. With its similar price tag, Nissan hopes to take a chunk out of Tesla's Model Y market with the Aria. But only time will tell if their latest electric car spells a new era for the company.
That's all we have time for in this edition of Business Line, but be sure to join me again next month for a roundup of the biggest business and investment stories from around the globe. I'll see you then.